We are back. It's Racing to Win for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. We've got a 9-race program coming up at the City Circuit and have it covered for you all right here on the show. Joined in the studio today by both Paul Lully and Nick Child. And Nick, before we focus on Wednesday night, let's go back to the weekend. We're going to talk more about the Derby shortly, but Lucky Sweynesse, he was absolutely scintillating, wasn't he?
He was, Mark, yes indeed. And look, he's clearly a very smart horse, isn't he? And it was a race that lacked numbers numerically, but it produced the quality finish that we were certainly hoping for. So yeah, look, great race, and he's a horse certainly on the up still.
He's indeed. Paul Lully joins us as well with any news on jackpots and further touching on the win by Lucky Sweynesse.
Yeah, and look, there's no jackpots to speak of. There are a few first starters amongst this meeting, but yeah, what a great win there from Lucky Sweynesse. I mean, California Spangle, look, he was there. He sat, and then Lucky Sweynesse had the best sprint, didn't he? And I think we've seen a future star here in Hong Kong.
Absolutely. James McDonald for Manfred Man. But of course, Nick, the feature on the day was the BMW Hong Kong Derby. The winner drawn 14, and he's going to drag back from out there. We're going to see the race chopped up into pieces.
Yeah, look, it was a change of tactics with this horse. Obviously, we saw him make all the running under Jamie Carr to win the mile, but they had to try something different here from 14, and that's exactly what they've done. So, look, as it transpired, it was the right move, and he's now a winner of 2 of the 3 legs. So, look, he was given a cracking ride by Alexis Bedell, and I think when it gets to the business end here, Paul, it was certainly a derby for the ages.
Oh, definitely. And look, interesting with this horse, he's only ever gone back once in his career. That was when he missed the start, so he was forced to, and it was at this meeting last year when he was a 1.4 favourite, and he actually got beaten. So it was a gutsy move to go back, because when he did go back last time, he got beaten by Bazinga, albeit that was over 1,200 metres. This is now 2,000 metres, and they went so slow here. Yeah. I mean, the first 1,200 in particular was sort of 3 seconds outside, you know, the Class 3 2,000 metre race, and you know that equates to something like 18 lengths, or, you know, 12 to 18 lengths. But I mean, they went too fast in that other race. But look, it was a great ride here from Alexi.
It was, and you can see Beauty Eternal there on his inside. Keithy was always on the sharp end. Tuchel, the inside, obviously making a great fist of things as well. But as they go down to the line, Voyage Bubble, too strong under Alexis Bedell, was able to provide deep field with his 23rd winner of the season from 214 runners, and he really has become the boom stallion. Obviously, Skyfield, a winner at the top level, and now this guy as well.
Absolutely. Now, there's the sectionals, Paul. Watching the race, you were thinking, surely he has to stop Voyage Bubble. He didn't run 1,800 when attacked in the Classic Cup. He sat 3 wide from the 1,400, granted off a slow speed. Yeah. But you're thinking he's got to stop. Yeah,
that was the key. They went so slow that he could do that. And then he had the best sprint. I mean, all money, you'd think that Beauty Eternal was going to win on the turn. I mean, Tuchel fought on really strongly on the inside. But look, he just kept fighting, didn't he? And he's got the best sprinter. He's a 1,400 metre race. I don't think we'll see him over 2,000 again.
I wouldn't think so. On Beauty Eternal, Zach couldn't have done any more, Nick.
No, look, and he'll go down, Mark, as a beaten Derby favourite. But I think we've all spoken about it, and we all think probably the same, that in time he could well progress and become obviously a very much a top-line horse. And his owner, they've had very good ones in the past, obviously Beauty Generation, so maybe this is the next in line.
And he placed in the Derby. Beauty Generation couldn't get it done, and look what he went on to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
All right, so that is the wash-up from Sunday. We're going to turn the page now to Wednesday night. We've got a 9-race program on the C+3 course. It's meeting number 55 for the season. First is at 6:45, the 2 races we focus on. Race 7, the Police Cup, and also race number 8, the Class 2 over the 1,650 metres. Police Cup, 1,200 the distance, and they line up this way. We have got Starbright, raced wide last time, comes back into barrier number 7. California Sybil carries an extra £8 for a senior rider. Majestic Knights place 2 from 3 course and distance. Lucky 8, the cheek pieces are off. Gallant Crown comes back in trip. Ice Legend, we haven't seen him since the 4th of December when he won. Telecom Spirits back from a bleed. Lucky Fun makes his Happy Valley debut. And the bottom 2 need to lift their form, both Hero Star and Golden War Speed, who is indeed eligible for Class 4. Of course, we go to the speed map now, Nick, and we've got those two down the bottom. One in particular, Hero Star, who likes to show plenty of early speed normally.
He certainly does, yep. Silvestre de Souza rides gate 4, so he's in a good spot to go forward. Majestic Knight is another one who's shown speed, though he's drawn 11, so he's going to have to come across the face of the field here. Gorgeous Vitality he's got on his inside. Now he's in 3 and has shown pace. Lucky 8, disappointing last time, but he's drawn well in 1 here, Paul, so I expect him to get a nice run.
Yeah, he should get a really good run. Majestic Knight has led in his last 4 starts, and I think he's got no choice but just to keep push on and get outside Hero Star. Now, Zach won't want to get into a speed battle, so if Hero Star wants to go on with it, there might be a place for him to even drop in behind him. We'll see what happens there. Gallant Crown's a horse that's gone forward over 1650. He's way back in trip. He's going to have to go back. And Ice Legend, when he won his last start on the All Weather, he came from the back as well, Ice Legend.
All right, so that is some possibilities as far as the speed map goes. We're going to kick off with a replay now, Paul, a horse that you've been keen on too, in fact. Majestic Knight and California Sybil, second and third. Armour Eagle just did some early work here, and in the steward's report, that might have been the telling factor that he dropped off late. Yeah,
he might. He'll get a better run, I think. Look, Majestic Knight's come here to Happy Valley. He's run really well. He's a real on-pace run. He's going to have Hero Star there. Look, California Sybil, I think they'll ride him a little bit quieter with Hugh Bowman aboard from Barrier 8, but I think they're both good chances.
Yeah, I think so. And look, the winner of that race was a horse called How Deep Is Your Love. He's actually won again since, so the form of that is strong. Majestic Knight, he runs off the same mark, but conditions allow him to carry 2 pounds less here.
All right, so that's those 3. What about this horse, Nick? Gorgeous Vitality. Likes to get back and run on so far. All of his racing exclusively to 1,000 metres. Yeah,
look, that was my slight concern with him, but I guess you don't know unless you try. And we mentioned earlier on about deep field. Now, obviously, they can get up over all different trips, and it was proven with 2,000 metres, albeit in a slowly run derby. But look, going up in trip is interesting. He's drawn a good gate pull, and I think that's going to help his cause.
Yeah, I reckon he'll get a really good run, and he's always looked like 1,200 would really suit him the way he finishes off over 1,000.
Refresh now for Ice Legend. This is his win last time, Paul. This was on the All Weather. He comes from a long way back in the field. It was also back in December. Yeah,
if they do overcook it, he's the one that can finish off quite strongly. He's run really well here at in the past here at Happy Valley. That was a little query, Barrier 10. I just thought he might be a little bit too far back, fresh up.
I agree. Derek Lung's got an unblemished record on the horse, 2 rides, 2 wins. He actually had a right 4 ligament injury, so hence why he's been off the track. Did have a quiet trial up at Chung Fa, so interesting to see how he goes. And he doesn't go the worst fresh.
Yeah, a couple of placings from 5 starts, and here is that trial, Nick. There he is down on the rail.
Yeah, look, didn't mind it. It was only a 4-runner affair, so it's hard to make too much of a case for the trial, I suppose, but it would have blown a few cobwebs away. 108 days since we last saw him on track, of course, winning that all-weather race. He was put up £7 for that, so he's going to have to go to another level.
Yeah, exactly. And he's dropped 14 pounds since his last start, so look, he's not unfit, I don't think, and as you say, he has gone well fresh. He'll be a good price too.
We're going to go back 2 starts now, Paul, for the replay for Lucky 8, because this was his most recent appearance over 1,200 metres at Happy Valley. He runs on into second and he draws barrier number 1, which on the C+3 course, as we'll see shortly, is a huge advantage.
Yeah, he raced over 1,000 last time down the straight at Sharton. This is completely different. It was a really good run from him from a sort of a tricky draw, barrier number 13. He's drawn ideally in barrier number 1. So, look, I think he can bounce back.
Yeah, look, it was a good run. He has had that run since as well, of course, and he has won a trial. Actually won the trial under Hugh Bowman, but he opts to ride California Sybil here.
There are the barrier stats for the C+3 course. The 1650 not too dissimilar, and how good it is, Nick, to draw 1 in particular. 2 and 3 aren't bad either.
You have to, really, don't you, on this course? Obviously, C+3, it's in its its narrowest sort of configuration, but yeah, look, the inside draws are always going to figure well, and 22% certainly not to be sniffed at there, Paul.
Yeah, and Lucky 8 obviously 1, and Gorgeous Vitality 3, I think their main chances.
Telecom Spirit, the roughie drawn between them in barrier number 2. Now, he has been back to the trials. Paul has Lucky 8, and here is that trial that Nick mentioned with Hugh Bowman on board.
Yeah, nice trial from him. He trialled really well. Obviously, Hugh's riding California Sybil, so Karis Eaton will take them out, but he'll be happy with barrier number 1. The cheek pieces will come off him on race day as well. And I thought the trial was good.
Yeah, if you like the horse, you'll be happy the fact that Karis is riding, because he's ridden him 3 times for 2 wins in a second, so he knows him very well. Look, I think he can bounce back. It was deemed unacceptable, the performance last time, but I'm sure there's scope to progress beyond that.
That's King Invincible on his outside in that trial. He runs earlier in the meeting. He's certainly out of the right stable, though. Lucky 8 for Ricky Hughes in grand form, Paul.
Isn't he? He goes in as the Quinella horse for me, but I'm going to go with Gorgeous Vitality. I've sort of been waiting for him to get up to 1200. I think he's been really well suited by it, and he hits the line strong, and he's drawn ideally in barrier number 3. So 5 to beat 6. Lucky 8, who's got the inside draw. Majestic Knight, the thing that just put me off was the draw with him, barrier 11, but I think he can get across. And California Sybil, I just think they'll be a little bit further back than I'd like from barrier 8, but we know he can hit the line strongly as well. 5, 6, 4, 2.
Yeah, I'm probably not as put off by the draw with Majestic Knight. I know he is drawn wide, of course, but I think he's got enough early speed to get himself into a good spot. So we'll take a chance with him and Zach Purton and Douglas White. It will be the only third time that they've teamed up this season. California Sybil in for second. Expect him to go well. Lucky 8, I think, can bounce back. And I put Ice Legend in with a half-decent fresh record. 4, 2, 6 and 8.
And that is the preview for the Police Cup. We're off to a break here on Racing to Win. Back to have a look at race number 8 on the other side of this. Welcome back to Racing to Win. Our focus now is going to be the 8th on the program. It's over the 1650 metres and is a Class 2, the highest grade race of the night. Savvy 9 has missed the top 4 once in 7 starts at Happy Valley. Berlin Tango gets a £10 claim for Angus Chung on the class drop. Comes out of the same race as Telecom Fighters. Packing Award's been back to the trial since finishing 9th last time. Cheerful Days is a 5-time course and distance winner. Everyone's Light all-weather winner over Handsome 12 carries an extra £7 for the class drop. Goritis comes up in grade second up after winning last time. Nearly Fine is back in trip from the 2000 to the 1650. And the 8-time course and distance winner, Red Majesty Nick, goes to Class 2 for the first time. And they've been riding him forward lately too. So that is the field for race number 8. Now the speed bat, Nick, as we make our way across. Red Majesty, he's been going forward lately over the 1650, and it looks like we might be seeing that again.
I think so. And look, he's got a light weight, so he can make best use of that. And he showed some good pace last time out when only just really being run out of it. He wasn't getting all that far. Telecom Fighters, obviously, we know he likes to lead. He's drawn 3. I think Sylvester can be positive on him. Everyone's Delight shouldn't be too far away. He's drawn the gate just inside of Telecom Fighters. And Packing Award, it was a bit disappointing last time out. He's also a horse that can sit handy, Paul.
Yeah, he can, and I think he can sort of get himself into a nice position. 79, I think, will be a little bit closer than he has been. From barrier number 6, Goritis gets back. He's got a good finish on him, and Cheerful Days from a wide draw, I think he's going to have to go back as well.
All right, so that is the speed map for race number 8. That little horse there, Goritis, is going to be the focus right now because Nick spoke to his jockey, Jerry Chow.
Jerry, Goritis was probably a little bit of a shock winner for you last time. He was a 31 to 1 chance, but he did the job well. That was a nice return to action for the horse.
Yeah, he have a long break, and after that, he fitness is just coming back around 80%. But I just saved him before the streak, and he responded really well in the streak. He win the race, and I think after last race, he getting improved.
And this is a Class 2, of course. He has placed at this grade. Obviously, it does get that bit tougher. Given what we know of the field, obviously there are 1 or 2 that perhaps are a little bit out of form. Are you confident that your horse can perhaps go back to that?
Sure. I just ride him track work yesterday, and he feeling well. And the Class 2, but he got a bit lightweight, more lightweight than last time, and it's help him. And yeah.
He's got barrier number 9. He went back last time. Is that, do you think, the plan once again coming into Wednesday night?
Sure. He just need to have a very relaxed earlier, and he can't push him too much. If he can settle down, and he can have a very good finish. So barrier 9 is good for him.
He's got that real strong turn of foot, hasn't he, at the end of the race as well?
Yeah, when he settles, he can have a very good turn of foot. I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one horse you will be hoping has an electric turn of foot is out in Dubai. Obviously, you're going to jet out to Dubai to ride Dukwai shortly after the race is Wednesday night. You must be full of excitement, Jerry, to go and ride over there.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited and like a dream come true. Yeah, I really hope he can run well.
Really special to be involved in such a big race meeting. I mean, outside of Hong Kong, obviously the travelling opportunities that they're there, but it's just finding them, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, but still need to thank you, trainer Pierre and the owner, Mr. Wei. They support me a lot, and everything going well now, and hope we can get a good result.
More on Goritis now, Nick, and he was very good first up. He's yet to run anything better than third in Class 2, though.
Yeah, that is the concern, I suppose, given that he's stepping into sort of deeper company here. But the good tempo is going to suit, and I think he'll get a good tempo here.
He should get a nice thing, sort of tempo in the race. The thing that worries me a bit about him, he's second up after 7 months, and he gets back on the C+3 course. So I don't like him for that reason.
All right, and he had some very quiet trials prior to that first up win too, did Goritis. Savvy 9, Paul, he's a bit of a regular around Happy Valley. In fact, no, he's not. He's only had the 7 starts for 1 win, so he hasn't been there all that much. But it is a case of the track where his win was. So Savvy 9 is there, and Celestial Power is there. What are the chances of Savvy 9 this week?
I quite like him in this race. Look, I've got him in as a Quinella horse. He's won off this rating before. He's only won once, and that was off a rating in 99. But if you isolate his Happy Valley form, he's had 7 starts for a win, a second and 4 placings. So that reads really well. And he's going to get a nice run from Barrier 6. So he could surprise at a double-figure price.
He certainly could, yeah. Look, it's the first time he's run off a mark in double figures since early January 2021, so it just shows sort of the level he's been racing at. So getting back to this sort of mark, I think, will certainly suit.
Regular top 4 finisher at Happy Valley. That's what we'll try and get out of that with the poor question to you, Paul. Everyone's delight, Nick, on the all-weather last time. There he is in behind the leader. We've also got Savaquin coming back to the turf this week. Berlin Tango, he's out very wide, and Telecom Fighters leads up but fades down the lane.
Yeah, we'll start with the winner, everyone's delight. Look, he was good on this occasion. Matthew Chadwick's been riding up a storm of late, and he's now off a career high mark, but he has got some good course and distance form. So I think dismiss him at your peril. The one I really just can't get right, Paul, is Savaquin. He's got the ability, I know that much, but I just can't nail him down. He just doesn't do enough. Still.
Yeah, well, look, when he did win his race, that was off a rating of 84, and it was a season and a half ago. He's now rated 91. He's run so many placings off a higher rating, and he just keeps creeping up the handicap. I've got him in, but on a minor line.
Here is Savaquin, Paul. There he is on the extreme outside. This is 2 starts ago at Happy Valley. Everyone's delight. He's a regular winner on a Wednesday night. He leads for home here. He's gone on and won that race that we've just seen since. Berlin Tango is next. Nellie Fine is in the red cap. Cheerful Days has been struggling this season. Now, Packing Award will actually wear those colours, but that was the Irishman, so that's Packing Award there in a red cap to distinguish from his stablemate that night, Paul, or his owner-mate that night.
And the Irishman wins the race. Look, Packing Award comes out. I think he's going to get himself into a nice enough position. Lyle Hewittson's a very positive jockey. He should be able to get himself well. Look, this season he's won, and then he ran a bad race, and then he's won. He ran second in the Group 3, then ran this race as well. So, look, his work's been good. I think he can bounce back.
Yeah, the grey running on there, nearly fine. I thought didn't go too bad. And just going back to Savaquin, look, that was off a pound lower. That's what he can do, and he can go close off this sort of mark. So hence my slight frustration with him.
It depends which one gets on the float at Chartin to head across on a Wednesday night, doesn't it, with Savaquin. Here is Nellie Fine's trial. Nick, you made mention of him a short time ago. Did you like what you saw up at Chung Fa?
Yeah, look, didn't mind it. He was second in this trial. Looked relatively easy, just allowed to lob along quite nicely. Closes off quite well in the end. So, yeah, nice enough trial from him. Look, he was obviously the winner of the DBS Million Challenge. He's had a good season. He's won a couple over to this course and distance, and he does stay further, Paul. Yeah,
he's won 3 already this season. His last one was off 79. He got up to a rating at 87. They've just dropped him a pound back to 86. Didn't mind the trial. I think Chung Fa's done this horse well. I'm going to throw him in just on a very minor line.
Oh, he's got Vincent Ho in the saddle. Vincent's been riding great everywhere this season, but certainly around Happy Valley. Paul, are there winners amongst those rides?
I think there's a couple there. I quite like Righteous Arian. He's been going really well. He's got the low draw as well. Wouldn't be surprised if Noble One surprises at a bit of a price. He's coming back to Happy Valley for the second time. He raced here on debut and everything went wrong for him. So I don't know if you can remember, he just really played up in the start. I like Gorgeous Vitality, and I like All Greek to me, so I think he's going to have a great night.
You mean to tell me he can't have Chater Pins?
Well, Chater Pins will run 3rd or 4th, won't he?
Yeah, more than likely.
All right, so that's Vincent's rides. Paul suggesting he's going to have quite a good night. Now, Nick, when you're on the show, I Don't know if he's much of a
Yes.
chance, but we had to show the replay because it's your old favourite, Red Majesty.
He's, look, lovely old horse, isn't he? He's an 8-time course and distance winner. Interesting enough, there are 107 horses declared at this stage on this card, 59 individual winners. And that's just over 55%, and the most prolific of them, Paul, is this horse. So if any horse knows his way around the valley, it's this guy.
Yeah, he's won once this season as well. He had the best season last season, didn't he, when he won 4 times. I just wonder if he's getting up that mountain there.
Keith Young has a good record on the horse, and the good news is Keith is cleared to ride on Wednesday night after a really nasty landing from Royal Agility on the weekend. Selections, Paul.
I think Packing Award can bounce back, so he's on top here of Lyle Hewitson aboard. He's my number 1 selection. Savvy 9 loves Happy Valley. Savaquin places all the time, as does Nearly Fine. So 4, 1, 7 and 9.
Yeah, going to take a chance with Garisis here. Look, I know conditions probably don't suit him ideally, but he was good last time, and hopefully he can do it again. Over everyone's delight, the 6 in for second. Red Majesty, look, I put him in. He wasn't beaten all that far last time, and Nearly Fine goes in also. 8, 6, 11 and 9.
And we've seen race 7, we've seen race 8, which means, even with some bad maths, Paul, there's 7 other races that we haven't seen on Wednesday night. Who are some of the winners?
Like Valhalla race once, coming up to 1650 for the first time. He has been racing over 1200. He's been downgraded with a senior jockey going on board. Righteous Arian's drawn perfectly to go well. Callan Eaststar was impressive last time. I think he can bounce and win again. Flying Silver, what a season he's had. Noble One is sort of the roughie for the card. Son of Deepfield, Vincent Ho will be aboard him. Packing Succeeder was impressive at his last start, and I thought all Greek to me could win again.
All right, so that's all 9 winners. Who is the best of those 9?
Going to go with Kowloon Eaststar. Look, I've always had time for this horse, and he was a bit of a head case early in his career, but he's just starting to put it all together now, and he's really found his niche here at Happy Valley. So race 3, number 11, Kowloon Eaststar. We'll take each way about Noble One. He should be a double-figure price. He's only been here once before. He did play up, and we didn't see the best of him. As far as the play goes, we'll do it in race 8, one of our features, 147, the QQP.
Yeah, I'm hoping Luke Ferraris can be seen to good effect. He has been in recent times. He rides Time Storm in race 5, number 6. I think he's ready to win one. David Hall has got his team in pretty good nick as well. The long shot, race 1, number 4, Circuit Spiritanto, goes well under these conditions. £7 coming off, courtesy of Angus Chung's claim. And the play, race 4, numbers 1, 9 and 10.
Gorgeous Vitality goes to the 1200 metres for the first time. Beautifully drawn barrier number 3, which is always a plus on the C+3. Vincent Ho riding in terrific fashion around Happy Valley, so I'll make him the best. The long shot race 2, number 6, Beauty Mission. 16 start maiden, went off at 40 to 1 behind Unpresuming last time. Was actually not too far behind Gold Gold Baby 4 starts ago. And the play, a QQP, race 7, 4 Majestic Night, 5 Gorgeous Vitality, and 6 Lucky 8, 4, 5 and 6. That has been Happy Valley on Wednesday night. And we turn the page to Shantin on Sunday night.
We do indeed. No derby quality on show this time around, but who doesn't want to be at Happy Valley on a Wednesday night, Paul?
Yeah, exactly. It should be a really, really good night. Looking back there, one of the features is going to be a Class 3,000 metres. We don't see that too often down the straight at Sharton.
We don't indeed, and it'll be an early start to at Shartin on the weekend. More about that on the show on Friday. That has been Racing to Win, though. On behalf of Paul and Nick, we'll see you at the happiest of valleys on Wednesday night.